So why strength training? Why strength training specifically? This is something that gets brought up, and I've had someone ask that, hey, Jason, you always talk about getting strong, and that's the whole focus of your channel. But what actual value does that have to the average person? I don't get it. And, it's funny when people say that because, they think when I say strength training that it means exclusively that. No, I'm just saying it should be your primary focus. And it is the best thing you can do for yourself. It is the single best thing you can do for yourself in terms of health, longevity, quality of life. And am I saying you can't do some pump work for your biceps? No, nobody's saying that. Am I saying you can't do cardio or shouldn't do cardio? No, I'm not saying that. You actually should do some cardio. I think everyone should do cardio conditioning GPP. I'd like to see people get out and drag a sled, actually. I'm real big on that. Right? I'm real big on that. So, am I saying we shouldn't be eating healthy? No, you guys see what I eat. I am like an ultra clean eater. Okay? Not saying any of these things. We're not saying any of these things. I'm saying that strength training should be the primary focus. And part of it's going to have to do first off with your mental well-being. We'll get all the health stuff and the longevity in a minute. How about your mental well-being? I find that when people focus excessively on their appearance or aesthetics or other stuff, it ends up creating oftentimes a lot of problems for them. Hey, it creates problems for them. It can create insecurity. It can create a poor body image if you're not careful. And you have to be aware of these things when you go into it. And a lot of people with my client Emma, we did the long-term vlogs with her, that's something that she struggled with. And then we got her into strength training. Her husband was already a client and she came to me and we got her into that. And it helped fix that. And then the funny thing is that everyone sees her stuff and they're like, wow, she looks phenomenal. She trained with Conjugate. She's West Side barbell style powerlifting type programming is what I had her on for years. She trains like a strength athlete exclusively. And yet people are like, wow, she looks amazing. See how that works out? We focus entirely on performance. The end result, she ended up getting a body that people love and think looks great. So this applies to the women too. And same with the guys. So what? Okay, focus on strength. And if you need to do some curls, throw in some curls for your biceps. That's fine. Not the end of the world. Want to do some curls? Do some curls. But when we're focused on something as subjective, right? And I'm not saying you shouldn't care. I'm not saying it's wrong to care. I want to be very clear in that. I am not even implying that. I'm saying when it becomes the primary focus, it's a problem because it's subjective and it can make a lot of people insecure and worse off. Strength training is objective. It's numbers, it's range of motion, it's movement. How strong can we get? Which requires us to focus a lot on body composition, right? It's a whole nother topic. We know that's the case. Lean body mass can affect your powerlifting total more than any other factor for you as an individual. Absolutely will. But that's all part of strength training, isn't it? But it's objective. We have tangible, objective metrics of success, goals, right? Way to assess our progress. It's not as subjective. Well, do I look better or not in the mirror today? I don't know. Because even with that, you won't, because you're going to have to bulk and cut for that anyways. You're going to have times of the year where you don't look as good even though you've made progress. Right? This is a problem. It's a problem. Strength training just goes away. But let's look at all the other stuff. What about all the health benefits? How about all the longevity? all the longevity. The stuff you're watching me do here is at age 45 years old. Competing at the world level in powerlifting at 45 years old. And my body's not broken. Taking an intelligent approach to strength training. I don't hurt when I wake up in the morning. Guys I went to high school with, they all hurt. We know what the research says on strength training and longevity. All right, resistance training, strength training, according to even meta-analysis, has more heart health benefits than cardio does. More. Now, cardio enhances it a little further if you add that to it. But if you only did one, the strength training wins. It's the most impact on cancer, diabetes, enormous impact on osteoporosis, cognition, all these things that ravage and destroy our bodies with age. Strength training is a fountain of youth. It's a fountain of youth. And it's harder to get started the longer you wait. Okay. Look at all these factors. How about just your ability to get up and function? When you interact with your environment around you, everything you do that's not minor motor skills is all strength. Getting yourself up off the couch, sitting on the toilet. People say, well, that's going a bit far. Really? Because there's a whole lot of assisted living facilities that would suggest there's a lot of people that at some point in your life you will not be strong enough to sit down on a toilet on your own potentially and get yourself back up. Except at a powerlifting meet this year, I met a 75-year-old married couple who were competing. While there's other 75-year-olds that can't stand up off of a toilet on their own. Sports, all based on strength. How much force can you produce against an external object? It's one of the most important elements for sports. I'm not saying other things don't matter, but strength enhances them. Right? Strength affects your ability to interact with your environment. And strong people are just harder to kill. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.